It is no doubt that Nigeria has a huge housing deficit. And according to statistics, there is over 20 million housing deficit in Nigeria alone. This has been a very big problem for quite a long period of time now. So as an investor, if you are able to step into the Nigeria real estate market and solve just a fraction of the housing deficit, remember there is over 20 million housing deficit in this nation. And if you are just coming in to solve just a little fraction of this problem, you are not just going to have returns on your investment. You are not just going to be building sustainable wealth for yourself. You are equally going to be helping to reduce the issue of housing deficit. So by that, I mean, when you step into invest in the Nigeria real estate market, you are solving two problems simultaneously. First, you are solving the problem of housing deficit. And secondly, you are solving the problem of financial freedom by building a system of cash flow, a system of capital appreciation for yourself as a real estate investor. Now, as a real estate investor and broker myself, it is on the basis of this that I always identify strategic locations within the city of Abuja and bring them up just so you can key into and invest for maximum returns on investment. Now, before I go further, I would like to state that in as much as we have this figure of housing deficit in Nigeria, a large quantity of this figure is from the urban areas. What this means is that a lot of the issue of housing deficit we have in Nigeria is around the urban areas, because people are always migrating to the urban areas to seek for jobs, to seek for shelter, comfort, and all of that. So majority of the housing deficit we have is in the urban areas. Visit places like Abuja, places like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and all the big cities in Nigeria. They always have the issue of housing deficit. Now, as a result of the housing deficit, those who have it, that's the landlords, they oftentimes tend to increase prices on their properties. A reason why tenants are always complaining bitterly about the increment in property prices here in Nigeria. So in this video, we are going to be looking at one of the best properties you can invest into here in the city of Abuja and have good returns on your investment. Remember, it's not just about investing, but it's about being strategic in your investment. In as much as we're talking about investing in real estate, it's very important that you take note of this. Investing in the right location, being strategic about your investment will guarantee you good returns on your investment. So, in as much as we have a huge housing deficit in Nigeria, if you go and build a property in a rural area where there is no demand and expect to have the same returns, rental returns, with somebody that has built in a strategic location in the city of Abuja, then you are only but making a financial mistake. So it's very important that you invest strategically, invest with strategy, right? So, which is why we are going to be looking at Havana Grove Estate, which is located within Karshi. I've been talking about this particular project ever since it was launched late last year. And from that moment to this point, this is the progress of work so far. As you can see, the block of apartments, this particular one, the casting on the first floor is currently ongoing. And we also have these duplexes that are currently undergoing construction. So you also look at the internal roads, they are being worked on currently, and the fencing is almost completed. The outer fencing is completed. You will see how beautiful it is, and that is the security house you can see over there. And the good thing about this estate is it's strategically located along the Naval Estate. And from this particular point to the city center, it is just about 20 minutes drive away. So just imagine as an investor, you have an investment that is just 20 minutes drive away from the city center. Not forgetting that demand in this particular location for properties, for rental properties, is on a very high level. So just imagine you are able to own a fraction of this particular estate, invest into it, and then give it out for rent, or buy it as an off-plan, then flip it when the prices go up, right? You are helping to reduce the issue of housing deficit and equally build financial freedom for yourself. So We have in this estate, we have 1 to 3 bedroom apartments starting at 20 million naira. You can be able to own a 1 bedroom apartment in this very estate. And we also have a 4 bedroom terrace duplex and also a 4 bedroom fully detached duplex. So if you are interested in making good use of this opportunity to build sustainable wealth for yourself, then kindly reach out on the number displayed on your screen, and I will give you full details on how you can own a property within Havana Group Estate. Thank you. I remain your real estate broker, Alex Iwambi.